Surprisingly, no one is actually poor because they were born poor. That's not how it works. You are not poor because you were born poor. You are poor because that is what they told you that you are. That is what they conditioned your mind to believe. Take a look around you. The world that you live in is a world that is full of abundance. This world is full of infinite resources. Everything that we as humans will ever need is available. Every single thing. You see, the earth that we live in, the ground that we are living on, the abundance that it possesses, that it has, see, the abundance is beyond our imagination. So how can you live in a world that is full of abundance and still be poor? This is because of what has been done to your mind. This is because your mind has been conditioned to see lack, to see scarcity in a world that is full of abundance, that is full of infinite abundance. Abundance in itself is infinite, but I needed to add that infinite so that you understand the level of what is available to us. You see what is happening to every individual, especially the people that are living at the lower or the bottom of the food chain. What is happening to us is unnatural. It's not natural. Because even us as humans, we are abundance. We are beings that are abundance. We are abundance. Like the lack that we are perceiving, that we are experiencing, is not the natural state that we came into this life with. Every child comes into this life full of abundance, full of infinite possibilities. But then that particular child goes through a particular programming that restricts the mind, that creates lack, which is the unnatural state. And this is why you're poor. Poverty is not physical. It is a mindset. It is a state that the mind exists from. The soul is full of abundance. The soul is magical. The soul can create whatever it wants to create, but the soul is dormant. And the mind that is meant to actually experience this abundance has been hijacked. From a very tiny age, they hijacked your mind and conditioned it to look at the world and see scarcity, to look at the world and experience lack. Very unnatural state. You see, the state that we exist in is a very unnatural, not natural. So you're not poor because you were born poor. Yes, you coming into a family that is poor is how they were able to actually program you to see poverty. You coming to a family that is poor is how they were able to hijack your own mind, because it was not easy for them to have access to your mind. When you come into a family that is poor, already that particular family is living on a certain construct. There's a design that family is living from. Every poor person, every poor family is existing from a state of a particular construct, which is a construct that is being controlled and manipulated by the people that are in the higher chain, the food chain, the higher level. They are the one controlling what this lower level are perceiving, what they are doing. So every child that this lower level produce, every children that they bring into this world, is going to live exactly how these people on the higher chain, how they determine, what they determine that, okay, this child is going to experience, what they determine that this child is going to know, what they determine that this child is going to be aware of. That is what that particular child is going to be aware of. That is what that child is going to know. So yes, that is how they made you poor, because you came into a family that is poor. But that does not mean that that needs to be your final state. You still have the power to change your state. You still have the power to change the state of your mind. You still have the power to take your mind to the original state, which is the state of abundance. still have the power to rewrite the